Alrighty, so we're live. You're watching, guys. Welcome to Creativblok. I'm Inferno. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at where we left off last time. Let's do a quick reminder. I can't remember what I changed. I need to seriously take notes or something. I think I'm gonna squash the ambient occlusion for now. We'll see. Let me actually get my reference open. Okay, well, as soon as this thing's done rendering. Okay. Let me get my references open. I hope. Blender never opens in full screen. Okay, there we go. My desktop audio is super loud for some reason. There we go. That should be about right. Anyway. Get my references open. And then we're good, yeah. There we go. I mean, we're looking good. There still are some things that aren't correct. What I do want to check, though, is you'll see there's this light here. Alright. And I want to disable this guy. Right. Now, I know we are lighting the walls and stuff with it. But there's something that I want to just have a good look at. Okay, hopefully we don't have any freezes, but I might actually disable the ambient occlusion for a bit. Let's hope we don't have any issues. Alrighty. Because I actually think that sun is affecting these as well. Which kind of makes it a bit weird, even though it's in a group. But I do want to double check this. Yeah, and I'm not sure if it's because of the bounce lighting or something else. Because I see it's affecting the floor as well. So that could be a problem. And that means that this area lamp is also doing that, so I just want to make sure of this. So instead, let me get that sun, put it back on. But we do want to make sure that this material, I mean, it is exclusive. I have no idea. I have no idea. I think this is a little better. We'll see. Because we're trying really hard to ensure that the lights don't get mixed up. Because if that does happen, that's going to be an issue. Okay, just freestyle. There we go. Let's check this now. There we go. Now they are the same. Yeah. Even though I have this enabled. But again, if I disable this, I'm sure that's gonna change. At this point, like, the details get so small, like, such small changes make huge differences in it. There's a lot of small changes that you have to get to, so. Alright, let's see. Let's take a look at this. Oh, also one more thing. Need to just make sure that my quality is low. Yeah. There we go. Alrighty, everything's fine now. Okay. Now let's compare these guys. Yeah, now I'm not sure if this is just bounce lighting, but I doubt it. Because when I look at this, the wall actually doesn't change at all. Huh. This is weird. How is this working? This is an issue. Yeah, definitely. Also want to desaturate these colors just a tiny bit more. Okay. So I'm not actually sure. To me, it looks like. And even if I turn this off, then there will be no sun. Alright, which is what's happening now. This is generally what happens when you add a lot of lights all at once. We definitely need a lot more control over what's happening. Yeah, okay. Alright. Okay, I'm gonna try to control this with just one sun instead of the other one. What else? Yeah, so now that we have the sun active. Hang on. I might have disabled the wrong sun. Okay. Alright, let me see this. Well, it's still affecting. You can definitely see it's still affecting the. So generally, I see that this is working, but it looks like I don't even know why I have a dedicated sun. Okay, I'm gonna remove the sun lamp here, and then I'll work with this guy. I think 5. Yeah. That's it, 5 is about right. Let's have a look at that. Like 5 or 6, I mean, given the fact that we have the same thing working. This is weird as all hell, though. Because I'm noticing the reflections have also changed. Oh yeah, I need to fix that material as well. Yeah. Okay, so this is a material issue. Because I'm assuming that this plane is affecting the floor as well. I think we have an extra one as well. I need to get rid of this guy. Ah. And then also these point lights. We definitely need to nail the way the lighting is behaving. So I'm gonna just go in and we're gonna fine tune a lot of this stuff. I just want to turn all these point lights off, because I want to definitely nail how bright this is and the angle of the light. Okay. Yeah, definitely. I don't think we're getting enough brightness, because this has got to be quite bright. Let's see. I hope I'm not lagging like too extremely, because like obviously with the render. Yeah, okay, so this is about like the shadow tone we'll be able to adjust. That's not a big deal. What is a big deal, however, is this. So yeah. And also something I noticed that's quite common in anime is it seems the light comes in, but it's not affected by like the actual what's the word? The light comes in, but it's not affected by, like, the sun comes in there, but it's not actually affecting like the walls. The shadows come in, but if the walls were affecting them, then we'd get that like complete car shadow. But I noticed in anime it's like the shadows are all here, so that means there's sun coming in, but it's not hitting, like it's not the rays aren't casting while touching the walls, which is also a bit of a big deal. So, and given my reference, right, let's look at this. When I look at my reference of the same shot, it seems like the sun is actually coming in from this angle. So where the hallway is, it's coming in this way. That's without doubt. But when I look in the classroom, I don't see that happening. So like there's some cases like I see certain things. So let's, I mean, we can't try to replicate a painting, that's the thing, but we can try to figure out what exactly was being contemplated while this was happening. So this is with just a standard Hemi. I have a look at this. So yeah, it's kind of inconsistent when we look at the light. It seems that they are. Oh geez. I hope I'm not lagging too crazy, because yeah. It happens because of the renders. So you'll see with the Hemi, we end up getting more light. Which is about the way I want it, but and Hemis don't cast shadows, so that's also another big deal. To see how that actually lightens up the scene, which seems to work a lot better than the setup we had. Huh. Hemis, man. Hemis for the win. Okay. Now, given what I'm looking at, there's a couple of solutions that we can we can attempt. I should actually write this down, but anyway, 1, we can try to have the sun cast through the walls so that it can cast a shadow. That's one way. Or instead of a sun, we can use a different lamp, like an area lamp or a spot lamp. So yeah, I do believe this looks better by far. Like, we're definitely fixing some issues here. Interesting stuff. Okay. Alright. Yeah, because basically we want to have light shining on these desks and on this floor. That's not affecting much else. Now, I do want to test something out. Because I don't seem to be getting the right amount of light here. So I want to just test to see. And now it looks like if I aim this guy like right at this, I just want to see if that's going to affect anything. So yeah, this is the part. This is the part that's quite annoying because you have to go in, change some stuff, render. Now, I would generally be using the rendered mode, but yeah, because it'll lag everything out, and I don't want to have that. It definitely feels brighter, but I don't know. We have to see. Wait for the lines and then, whoops. And then we'll see. It does light up the ceiling there, but yeah, we're definitely getting more light cast here. And I guess we can really decide how much it affects this. So if we shift the light a little bit and then point it from a off angle onto here, we'll be able to get these shadows darker. Which is what we're looking for. We need this light to be pretty bright against here. So we're gonna try the options that we have. But first, I do want to desaturate the floor just a little bit more before anything. So let's get into that. So go in here. It can be pretty tough to nail this. We go in and it, you know, unless you have like material saved and stuff, it can be a bit of a pain. Okay. Alright, we're just hanging out, chilling. Pretty quiet. It's been quiet on Twitch. Is summer over or something? And don't mind the cuts if there are any cuts, like in the music and stuff. We have to deal with that because that's what happens. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we need to make this a little less bright, but it's okay. And I see here we're getting a nice gradient to here. Okay, let's check this out. So we're on 4. Yeah, we've definitely desaturated it quite a bit. Gonna have a look at this. I think these are affecting it more than I wanted to. Yeah, maybe we'll increase the value and drop the... Because it looks like it's pretty saturated. Like, this is the amount of saturation, so... Let's check this out. Alright, so, instead... Hope I can get the colors back. Can I actually get the colors back? No. I should be able to. Okay. Just pump the saturation back in there. It's fine, something like that. And then instead, we'll pick up the value. Just wanna hang on. Not letting me undo colors. Just fine. We'll just pick up the value. Something like that. I'm guessing. And saturation back. Okay, now I just wanna check this texture and drop it to like something like that, because I think it's making it way too dark. Okay, let's give this a look. I really should stop messing with it, like turn ambient occlusion off so we don't get so much crazy render spikes and I think another big problem is the fact that we're using the CPU to render. That's also a big deal. I think this looks more like what we're talking about, yeah. Seems so. It's quite interesting, okay. So I can still see the stuff there. I might actually increase the size of it just a tiny bit. Yeah, just so we get a slightly finer grain. Just slightly finer. But this looks okay. I think. Let's check this out. Yeah. Definitely looks a lot better now. Yeah. So now we'll also get a nice light yellow sheen off of it once we add some yellow to the light. Yeah, way better. Nice. Okay. I mean, our classroom's looking pretty damn good if you ask me. I think it's looking bloody good. So, just some other things that I want to check out. 1 second. Okay. So, we'll go to another material slot. And grab this Hemi. And try to move it away and then shine it against the... Try that. Because that's looking to be the brightest to me. Okay. Come on, damn it. We just need to decide where. Maybe a little higher. On there. Okay. Let's check this again, boys. I really don't want to turn off ambient occlusion because it is going to affect the scene. It's going to make us see things just a little differently. Well, the ambient occlusion doesn't help. It's still... I think we should drop the anti-aliasing as well. Yeah, this is the issue. We're still getting too much shadow here. Let's see what the ambient occlusion actually did. Nothing. Okay, so we're just wasting our time. Yeah, this is definitely a better color. Again, we might desaturate just a tiny bit, but it's okay. I think this is good. It's a lot better than this dark. Yeah, this is good. Okay, so now, and this is, it's ambient occlusion. Actually, you'll see here it lit up some things here. Yeah, lit up some of these shadows, which I'm not sure if that's a good thing, really. Huh. Yeah. Huh. Questions, man. I'm even seeing like some stuff there getting lit up. But really, for the most part, it looks like it's just the shadows that are getting lit up. So it's fine. We'll keep ambient occlusion off for now. I just need to angle this light in the correct direction so we can get these shadows to behave the way we need them to. So I do know that if... Just make sure that we are on the right image here. Yeah. Okay. We'll just keep using a slot until we need to change or render over another one. So I know for a fact that if we do this, that's going to give it like exactly the way we want it to behave. It's going to make this dark. So let me try this. So you'll notice now this is very dark. And now when we look at this, you'll see there's still way too much light there. Choices. Actually need to make... Where's our tile size? Tile size. I can't remember if... I believe CPU does better with more tiles. I don't know, we'll see. Let's do this so we can hopefully have it behave a little better. Okay, so you'll see we aren't affecting this shadow much. I don't know if it's because of the Hemi. Let's check this out. You see, this goes hand in hand with our sun. So if I just check our sun, where is our sun? Why do we have two Hemis? Okay, I think at some point I added a Hemi. Okay, here we go. So if I take away our sun and render this, I feel like these blocks are bigger than they were before. Yeah, okay, I think now we can get a better idea. Okay, so we'll make this like 16. There we go. That should give us a slightly easier time when it comes to rendering. Now, what's the best way for us to actually gain... Jeez, this is tough. Let's turn this off. Will it give me... Whoops. Nope. Doesn't give me a preview. Let's look at this. I need to see. Yeah, you see, this actually doesn't show us an accurate representation of what we're trying to see. Okay. The only way this is going to work is if the light... Okay. Let's do this. Where's our rotation? We'll reset all of these. Okay. And now, when we render this again, check this out. Yeah, you see, I think we're rendering a little better now. So now you'll see it's even across the board. I just want to look at the shadow here. It still doesn't help. It still cuts things out, but whatever. So this is lighter. Yeah, this is quite confusing actually. So from above. Choices, man. So I know if we angle it this way, it will make these darker. That's one part. But it will also make this wall darker, which might not be what we want. It looks to be like, this needs to be like a combination of things. So once we get our sun back, prepare for like lag. Okay. All right. Unless we angle it this way. That might help. Okay. So let's check this out, right? We'll rotate this guy this way. Something like this. Okay. And then we'll rotate it that way. Hey, Keller, what's happening, buddy? It's good to see you. There. Now, prep for lag. Gotta prep for that lag. You have to go to a meet. Wait, I'll have to go soon. I'm eating out. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's pretty sweet. You do you, man. Don't worry about anything else. You do what you have to do. It's about dark enough. I just want to ensure that we can get the shadow the way we want it to be. Huh. We're getting closer though. Don't eat out too much, Kelly. You know that's not good for you, man. Now, I know this can be quite tedious, but hey, that's the price. That's the price you pay to get things perfect. Because we do want these to be way darker. And I don't know if it's just because of the way the sun is angled that this is behaving this way. Yeah, one step at a time. Got about enough darkness here, but not enough here. And that's bugging me. It's bugging me so much. Okay, so I'm going to check one last thing before we progress. Yeah, I think this was just from straight above. But we're going to check one more thing. And if that doesn't work out, then we will... yeah, we'll figure something out. Did this thing not load freestyle? Okay. I hate the fact that sometimes you get lines that are from behind. I need to figure out how to get rid of that. Yeah, so this is what we've got this time, which is okay. But I just want to check one more thing to ensure that our testing is successful. Let's do this. Something like this direct, and then we'll see if this actually behaves the way we want it to. Again, prepare for the lag. Like it lags out because I'm rendering with my CPU, but it's all until I should maybe get a test build that includes EV and then convert everything so that it works with EV, so I can use my graphics card. That would help. Here we go. To me, this definitely does look darker. And it's so funny how this works, like... I'm not liking that we aren't getting enough light here, though. Because I really do want the light here. Heck, I feel like we could actually do this just with area lamps, but we're gonna try it this way, and I'll try it with just some area lamps and see if we can achieve gaining this. Okay. So yeah, we definitely got darkness here now. Yeah, that's quite funny actually. I don't know why. I think it's maybe because we're saving buffers. I have no idea why it's not rendering the freestyle. But yeah, we can definitely see we're getting the darkness that we want. This is about as dark as we want it to be. I think we need to desaturate this just a little more from that yellow tone. Maybe. I feel that way though. So this is the current one. This looks about right. Even given the shadow here, that looks about right. I'm guessing that this is correct. To me, this looks about right. Maybe I'll tilt it just like a tiny amount this way. But really, that's it. This is a good song, man. Alright. Yeah, I'll tilt it just a tiny amount. Don't you need some light? Yeah. I need to model the lights. That's true. But I didn't really worry too much about that right this moment. Because that's easy, thankfully. And I didn't render any specularity, and that's purely because it's going to interfere with a lot of the way the lights behave right now. Okay, so I think we're doing well. We've definitely gotten, even when I look at all our other renders, 7. Yeah. Yeah, I might tilt it just a tiny bit this way to get the darkness that we need here. Yeah, because we still do need this to be dark. It's very finicky. Tilt it kind of this way. And then I do want to get this let's try it around here. Okay. Work with me. Let's see. Is the desk just instance or made from an array? It's made from an array. I think instancing would be better, because then I could like make it look more random, right? But arrays just make it easier. Look, as a basic rule of thumb, if a modifier can do something, then make sure you use the modifier. That's the best way. And you see there's a very fine balance between getting the shadows right the way I want them and getting the light set up. Okay, now we're getting the freestyle. Okay. It is looking about right. And hi, Hale26. Welcome to my stream. Let's see. So yeah, look, ideally, what I would do if, because we're still testing light, I would apply the array and then basically start moving things around afterwards. Instancing is better. Whoops. Instancing is better, but purely if you are duplicating, if you're duplicating your instancing objects that you need a lot of, it's way better, especially for optimization. I mean, this is looking almost perfect. Just compare this to some of our others. Yeah, and I like that we're getting a shadow, not a shadow, a light source here as well. So we are getting it right now. Yeah, here, like I said, we're gonna end up cheating, and we're gonna have the light. So we're gonna have the sun come into the room, but like not calculate ray shadows using the walls. So we'll ditch the walls, have them not calculate shadows, and then have the light shine inside. Because that's something that I noticed. No matter what you do, sun isn't going to work unless you do this. Because that's the only way you're gonna have the brightness that occurs here. That or using helper lamps inside the actual classroom. Okay. We're definitely getting there. I don't know if this is a result of the sun or a result of changing the hemi. Because we did get it dark enough and now it's light again. I'm liking how it's making the color work now. Yeah, it's this very gray tone now, which is, it's a little better. We're gonna have some yellow from the sun bleed off of the floors. That's okay. I think I'm liking this. I might just adjust the sun just a tiny bit. Yeah, we aren't getting that much of a hot spot here anymore. Okay. I do want the sun a tiny bit brighter, but we could just cheat that with some glare. I mean, it's coming along, really. Alright. So, what I do want to do is, I'm gonna save this as, for now, I feel this is the ideal setup. Right. And then, instead of having that, we'll just keep this guy. Okay. So that way we have the ideal setup. If we do change something and we can't get it back, I would have changed it and moved it to another layer, but it's gonna end up confusing us with all the lights and stuff. So let's not do that now. Yeah, I am liking this. It's just this light here. This is definitely coming from the sun. Yeah. So if we look at our rays, they're basically hitting that piece. So really it's something to do with our light now. So this guy's in a good spot. I see that this guy is actually hitting those and not that. Now it's really just trying to figure out how we can... And this is a difficult choice because we definitely wanted to hit this corner as well, which makes it a really difficult set of choices, but we can see what's happening. That's why it's lighting up. Choices, man. Okay, but it's fine for now. I think I wonder if this thing will actually show us representation. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so we can see what's happening here. We ideally want this to... You'll see it starts lighting that wall up. But it starts lighting all of them up, you see. Maybe something like that. Apparently X does a good job. Something like that. Ah. Choices, man. Guess it's somewhere around there. Okay. Another render. Just prep for some lag. Ah crap, we ended up rendering this over the wrong one, but it's fine. This room does seem a lot brighter than this one. We're definitely getting what we want though. For the most part. I think we'll adjust the Y though. I don't know if we're getting closer or getting further, but this is okay. I think this is from the Y. Yeah. Yeah, because that's going to hit that wall so hard that it's not going to be too good. Okay. This is so difficult to get right. I think, you know what, I need to just calculate the ray shadow so I can see exactly what's going on here. See, with ray shadows it behaves fine, but the amount of light that it shines just isn't enough. And like, we could do something like this, but the shadows would be so stretched that, like, I don't even think that's worth it. You know? Like, the shadows would be terribly stretched. Let's actually look at that though. But now that there's a ray shadow, you'll see the amount of light that we end up getting into the scene is very small. So you see what happens when we have ray shadows on, right? And immediately after, I really need to, like I said, I think I'm gonna get a test build and then I'll convert. I'll move all of this into EV. It'll be better, then we won't have like these encoding cuts, because yeah, that's gonna happen, and it's because this thing is rendering with my CPU. Okay. Let's check this out. So you see how differently this behaves because of... But this is tough. Really, really tough stuff. Getting the thing to behave the way we want it to. That's quite rough. I mean, I could just do some area lamps just to lighten this up. Okay, let's go back to our ideal scene. Okay. Now, instead, what I'll do is maybe we'll take 2 of these. Actually, no, I don't want to duplicate those. Okay, let's see. There was a way to control the amount of light reflection from a surface of a material, or use fall-off control from the lamp node. Even material indexes for different passes. That is true. So that is true. You are correct. The thing is, however, that why I'm trying to achieve it this way, if I can. If I can't, and it might be a little extra work doing this, but if I can't achieve it this way, I'll use like local lights or something like that. But why I'm trying to achieve this is if once I know how to get it right, it helps with scene setup, so I don't have to try too hard because this is an animation. I don't want to have to do too many things to set up a new piece, a new scene. So if I can achieve it and I know how, it would be easier for me then. So yeah, that's the idea behind it, at least. So that's really the thought. So now that we're back in our ideal scene, right? Then I'm gonna grab everything and we'll just move this to a new layer, right? And we'll start over here. Now, let's do some trickery and see if I can get this to behave the way I want it to. But like I said, I will probably move things to EV so that we don't have the encoding problems that I'm having, because, well, using my CPU and then CPU usage is at max and then it's trying to stream a video. So those are all issues that are part of this. Okay, so what I wanted to do is I wanted to have the walls ignore the sun, so we don't want them to cast any shadow. I'm not sure how well that's going to serve us, but in fact, you know what, we might want to do a test render and then save a slot. It's always better to do that. And like I said, given from my reference, the light's actually coming from a different place. The light is actually coming from the opposite direction. So at least when I look at the hallway, it looks like the light's coming from the other direction. I'm not actually sure. Anyway, we'll cheat it, it's fine. Okay, so now that we have a slot, we can start working. Okay. So first thing, I want to ensure that we don't want this to cast any shadows. So walls aren't casting. Maybe we wanna... Jeez, this is a lot of stuff. Maybe we wanna ensure that these don't cast either. But that's okay for now. I can always work on that. As long as the walls don't cast. And the ceiling. Okay, so no shadows casted by the walls and ceiling. So now I want to You have to go. The food is here. Okay, cool, Keller. I might still be here when you get back, so yeah. Alright, so now we're not casting any shadow. Let's try to render this guy. Again, prep for lag, but yeah. So I want to see if I can do this with a ray shadow, or if I have to clone that light to get it to behave the way I want it to. Okay, we can stop it there. We're still getting it to... Why? Where is this? There's probably some other stuff that I have to ensure. I know these are not casting. Right. We might have to do this with the windows. Window inside, outside, metal. Ugh. I'm hoping this works. Oh, whoops. Oh, yeah, those are all instants. Okay, it's fine. Okay. This is definitely not casting. I think that's all correct. Oh yes, I remember the problem with this. This is why it's not working. So we'll keep the grout, and then we'll get rid of all of these guys, and then select everything and assign that. There we go. That works. Now we should get the result we want. That's actually pretty decent. So now I can adjust the sun to have shadows the way I need them to. So now you can see how nicely that's brightened things up. I am gonna compare. I'm gonna compare the two and see if that works. Get freestyle going and see how this ends up. Keep in mind we haven't actually achieved the material for the ceiling yet. Okay. I'm not sure if we're actually getting a line here, but it's fine for now. Yeah, now it's starting to look a little better, but we have the same light. Yeah, we do. You see how it brightens things up as well. We are getting some bounce lighting that's happening here, it seems. Yeah, but these are all casting shadows the way we want them to. Checking these desks, because it feels... Nah, actually, it feels like they aren't getting enough shadow, but they are. It's more the reflection that's been changed just a tiny bit, and that's because of these. Okay. This is actually making it look pretty damn good. Okay, so there's a couple of things we need to fix now, and that's where these shadows are. Let's look at this from a distance. This is actually looking damn good. Another thing we need to clean up is these these metal materials here, because those are actually just standard, and that's where I think if I look at the scene, the thing that's really standing out to me is this. This looks 3D without a doubt. Yeah, so we are getting shadows, which is good because we needed these to be shaded inside, but we just need to adjust the shadow now. This looks damn good. I think this is actually quite good. Yeah, definitely. We might need some more lamps to that, or we might need to increase the strength of the sun just a tiny bit more, so that these desks do receive more light, because we need them to brighten up a little bit. That all will actually play with some of the specular, but it's okay. We need to fix this as well. So these are casting, but you'll notice that we need these to behave this way, but we don't need that to do that. So that's fine. Anyway, now that we can see where our shadows are, we can tell where the sun needs to be. So it's something that you guys will notice quite a lot. If you look at least if you guys are trying to oh sorry, I just need to verify something on my email. So if you guys are trying to achieve an anime classroom, is one thing that you're going to notice indefinitely, and that is, and I'm trying to be quite true to the reference, true to the way they do it, but there's something you'll notice, and that is the way the light behaves when it comes to the shadows under the desks, because that's not possible. If light's coming out from the window, that's not going to happen. It's possible that what's actually casting is lights from the ceiling, but when I look at some of them, I see that the shadows do cast in a direction, and that shows that, okay, there's definitely directional light involved. So I found that this is a way to kind of cheat that. But another way to cheat it is, if you do look at some anime, you'll notice the shadows just directly under the desk, and then you could just basically have a lamp above do that. And yeah, things like that. Sorry about this, I just want to make sure. Okay, cool. You logged into my Twitter. Did you log into my Twitter now? Okay. Alright. Sorry about that, guys. Okay. So now let's adjust our light. I'm gonna pull this guy in quite a bit. I think it's something like, let's see, third row looks to be something like this. Yeah, something like that. And then now this is where things are going to give us a bit of issues, because when I look at this, to me it looks like this is where it's at. Alright, but we could just, why is this, there we go, something like this, but there's definitely some angle involved, and that's how we end up getting these shadows. It's really tough to make the decisions, but it's fine. I think this is okay. So this looks almost exactly like what we're doing, I think. So anyway, let's have a look at that. I don't know, this feels like it's made it worse. I think the positioning that it was at was perfect. Yeah, definitely. Because I'm trying to take this into account as well. We shouldn't get such a deep shadow here either. We'll just stop these guys from receiving shadows. Yeah, because I see now we're getting a bunch of shadows here. Given what we had initially, I'm not sure. Oh, these are getting more light, which is also good. Huh. Okay, I guess what we'll do is we'll adjust from here. Get it back to where it was. I hope. Okay. Okay. Seems like this is where it was. We might just instead nope, that's not what we want. I think this, yeah. Okay, want this somewhere around here. Okay, you know what? I just want to make sure that we have a reference for this specific one. We're gonna need to light the desks. Now, I'm not sure if we're gonna do that with an area lamp or, you know, the choice is really. We might want to adjust this light just a tiny bit more to make that shadow really small. But I just want to keep this image as a reference so we have it. Because this was our initial one. Which does look okay. But looks like this does look better. Especially once the lines come. So that's also another thing. Once you'll notice, even if you use a standard diffuse, there's nothing special you have to do. The lines just make it look toony. Okay. So this was our initial one. Yeah, and then with those, you know, those sheens that you get on anime, I think we're gonna do like a fake kind of speck texture to fake that. Okay, now I do like this, so let's go to 4 and let's fix this light. So I'm gonna pull this a little closer, that's all. Something like that. Thinking. Yeah. Also quite true to our reference. Okay, let's check this out. Prep for lag, guys. But don't worry, like I said, we're gonna move to EV. We won't have any issues then. We might also just blur these shadows just a little bit, so they're not like 100% hard. We need to get them to be just a bit softer. I think that would work. Okay, so that's with our lines. Yeah, we definitely need some more light on this. Either we're gonna make the material lighter, or we're gonna make it receive more specular. I'm not sure. We'll see. But this is looking good. I'm liking that these walls are now just not getting... this is so difficult. At least we're getting that. Let's actually give us. You see here we still had this. Once we pull this back, these are still okay. It's really just the shadows here that are not behaving the way I want them to behave. And I do want to adjust this a little bit as well. Choices, man. It's close though. So we did. Let me just check this. Yeah, we definitely got this. Okay. So we pull it closer. It looks like we're gonna have to. Ooh, I'm not sure how this is going to behave. So let's just make sure we're using another slot. That is going to cause some minor shadow issues here. Because I do kind of want... Unless we just did it with with an area lamp. You see, that's the problem. Local lights are pain to set up, and if I have to make a scene quickly, that's going to be a problem. So we have to see what we can do with what we have, and then try to add extra stuff. Smoke break. Anyway, I didn't even notice. Let's see how many people are watching. It's usually a bunch of people. Jeez. Okay. We definitely, I just want to go back and see. We're definitely getting what we want. Roughly. Okay. Yeah, okay. So we went from here this way. So we might want to pull it a bit back. That might be a thing. Yeah, because I think it went this way. Yeah, we're getting the right shadows there. We just want to get it here. Yeah, and the... Okay. It's turning out well, though. Alright. Let's go to 5. Try to get this correct, shall we? I really wish it would show me where the shadow was casting. And the ones here. But it doesn't care about that, does it? I'm not sure. I just want to do a quick render here just so I can get that desk. Okay, so it's the other way. Okay. Alright. Come on, work with me. Oh, geez. Thanks so much for the follow, man. I didn't know someone else was watching. Thank you. I haven't seen you in chat. What's happening? Okay, so let's actually rotate this in the opposite direction a little bit. I mean, I'm not liking it because I really wanted these shadows to be close, but it's fine. Ah, hey, what's happening? Thanks for joining my stream, man. And if you like, you can always jump into Discord if you have some art stuff you want to share. If you want to hang out, if you want some tips on whatever I know. I mean, I don't know a lot of stuff, but but I can help you out. Also, if you like to watch gameplay stuff, you'll definitely see it on my Twitch as well. Alright, so let's do a test again. Just get that. Yeah, here we go. This is what I want to see. Oh crap, I ended up putting it in the wrong damn place. This is our current one. Okay. And the thing is, rotate like Z isn't going to give us what we want. Where am I from? I'm from South Africa. Rotate X. Let's try and push this even more. I'm not liking what it's going to do, but really we can't help it. There we go. That's kind of what I wanted. Kind of. Maybe make it a bit smaller. Ooh, choices, man. Anyway, prep for lag again, boys. Where are you from, dude? Keegs DL. Where are you from, buddy? Yeah, again, I'm not really liking where this light is. I mean, it's doing what it has to do here. Yeah, I knew there was going to be lag there. Alright, there we go. Yeah, now we're getting some... Oh yes, we have bookshelves behind. I actually forgot about that. Oh, okay, I'm from South Africa, dude. Crap. We ended up rendering this over some stuff. Isn't too great. I'm liking this, but also not liking it at the same time. Now keep in mind this blurriness is also from the fact that we ended up blurring shadows. Choices, man. Like, I am liking this. The problem comes in with the real problem here is this. The shadow. We want the shadow to cast in a different direction. You knew I sounded South Africa. Oh, you're from South Africa? Oh, yeah, man. Wow. You are the, let's see, first South African that I've spoken to in this time. So, yeah, man. So, where you from? Where you from in South Africa? Let's see. Yeah, now we're gonna scrap these shadows. Maybe we'll just make sure that these walls don't allow casting. I mean, it is better, but now this guy is our problem. Let's actually look at what's happened here. This can get quite complicated and And I did forget about this guy. But I think this guy shouldn't cast either. At least that's what I think. I should actually confirm that. Let me see. I swear it feels more like... Okay, you know what? I'm gonna try something, right? I'm gonna stop the sun for 1 second, right? I just want to see something. Okay. And add a point somewhere here. Something like that. And we need to make it quite high. Hit me up with a ray shadow. Now, the sun... Okay, it's fine, Anyway, grab this dude. For the most part, I believe the sun... Because this is going to give us a soft shadow. Am I correct in saying that? So 10 centimeters. Where is this light? Here we go. Let's see. Oh, you're from Cape Town. Okay. I'm from Joburg, dude. You gonna make some hot chocolate? I'll still be here, man. Cape Town. 10 centimeters. Okay, let's do a cheat. You know what? We'll add in a sun, like so, wherever the sun is. Right, and then, because in fact, you know what? We could just say, oh yeah, okay, that's another way that we could do that. But anyway, for now, spotlight. No, not spotlight. A point lamp and cast a shadow. And this is what I want to see. Yeah, we'll skip the specularity just for the sake of it. But I want to see how these shadows behave. Yeah, so actually we can use a shadow lamp and then use a actual light lamp. And that could work. So when I look at this, seems like, to me, okay, we have an overload again. Okay. Overloads, man. Okay. So, to me, it feels like this thing's actually being done with a... I don't actually... Did I render over our slot? I did. Damn it, man. Okay, it's fine. So, it actually looks like we're gaining a shadow from like a spot lamp or point lamp. And this is where I want to actually check this out. Because, okay, so if I'm correct, the higher we go, okay, if I make this something like 3, oops, 3 just for the sake of it, and then look at it and see what these shadows do. Because I believe the answer is actually right here. Yeah. Now I do notice that the thing is casting outside, but that's okay. We don't need to worry about that. I can fix that easily. Oh man, so many options. Yeah, so it's really just faked. At least that's what it looks like to me. Totally just faked. Okay. Alrighty, okay. So, given what I see here, to me it looks like in the second row, the light hovers above there somewhere, and then that's directly below, and then these actually start moving away. This is interesting stuff. We have discovered some cool stuff here, boys. Okay, so let's actually fix this. We'll take this guy and move it, I think somewhere around the middle, and move this dude over to the second row, like we said, right? Now brightness is going to determine, whoops, not 55. The brightness is going to determine how we make this behave, and we'll see with the distance. I'm not sure how we're going to deal with the distance, because actually it would be nice to see the actual sphere. Yeah, it's quite big. Okay, we'll keep it at 25, and I actually don't need it beyond this. So well, seeing as one of my viewers got hot chocolate, can I have some Milo? Why don't you take some sinus tablets? Okay. Anyway. What happened to our music, man? Where is our music? Okay, so I'm actually discovering a bunch of stuff now, and that is... Let me get us some music going. Wait. 1 second. Where is the... here we go. I had the playlist open, okay. Damn it, man. Alright, okay. Here we go. I will just play this, then shuffle. Alrighty. Anyway. So I'm assuming the higher we go... Okay, the higher we go, the more the shadows will behave the way I want them to behave, which is cool. Our thresholds and everything are the same. Okay. So this is one way, and then the next way is to just use the use a sun lamp that only casts shadow, and then another sun lamp that casts light. But anyway, I just want to see if this is going to work. I'm actually quite interested in how this worked. This is ridiculous. So it does move off just a tiny bit, but that's okay. I just want to definitely look at this and see. At least I'm assuming. We could do like a test. Prep for lag because I am rendering. There we go. Second row. Right, and then as we go away, seems to branch off. Yeah, that is correct though. Okay, 1 second. I'm just doing some light calculation in my brain. 1 second. I'm just trying to figure this out. So, if it's closer, the light is going to be more extreme, and if it's further up, the light will be closer to itself. So that's actually fine. That is quite interesting. I didn't think that would have worked. Wow. Jeez. Let's go back to our original. So yeah, we might have a lot more control now. but the light does actually behave that way. When I look at the shadows here, I can actually tell that the light does behave that way, except for there needs to be a shadow going the opposite direction, not this way. But for the most part, that's quite interesting, actually. Because it seems more like the actual light is a point light and not the sun. That is interesting. Because, like, given how this thing behaves, we can adjust the brightness as much as we need to. Heck, I might even I can always just adjust the sun so that it does what we need it to do now and only casts light. That would also be cool. I don't think specularity is going to help us, so I'm going to render one with specularity though. See how that behaves. I'm assuming a lot of the specularity is going to show up around where the camera is, yeah. This is actually quite interesting, to be honest. If we do make this light yellow, I think that's also a good idea. Heck, I wonder if we could just do a plane. And you see, this is the whole thing about the experimentation. It's really just, you've got to just keep grinding at it, just keep checking different settings and things like that to see. Obviously, I don't like how this is behaving, but it's okay. It's fine. So, I just need to figure this out down. Like that. Okay. And the higher it goes. Yeah, so the higher it is, the closer the shadows will be to the actual body of what we're looking at, which is quite interesting. Even the light behaves in a way that is is actually quite interesting. So our actual answer this whole time was really just using a point. Yeah. This is quite interesting, boys. This is interesting stuff, man. Because this was our original. And you can see how we slowly starting to creep our way into... We could just skip this specularity, in all honesty, and get the specularity from the sun, which is also another cool thing we could do. So I do believe we are on the second row. Interesting. This is quite interesting. Okay, so what I might do instead of doing this is I might actually put this light outside so these can cast the way I want them to. We'll make these receive no shadow so they don't receive this from the... This is interesting. I'm actually surprised at this development. So we'll go in the center of the room. Push this boy somewhere outside and push it really high. So if we actually take a look, okay, sorry about that. So if we take a look, if we cast shadows, you'll see what happens, right? And you'll see how that behaves. The higher we put this light, the closer these shadows will be to the actual thing. So I'm gonna actually put this light quite far and just get that distance way higher. Let's go back in and let's check this out. So I'm just gonna make sure we put this onto another render layer. This is actually quite good. I'm quite surprised. And this is the thing, you've got to make sure that, you know, you're testing stuff and you experimenting, otherwise you really aren't going to. Okay, we had a tiny bit of lag there. I'm not sure if it's still lagging, but yeah, so make sure you guys experiment and stuff. That's really the only way to get things right. Okay, this is behaving almost the way I wanted to. Almost. Yeah. I think the real answer might just be a... It definitely is getting more shading from here now. Because before it was lower and closer. Sorry for the kettle noises, peeps. Okay. We've basically answered quite a bit of stuff, though. This is actually quite an interesting development. Let's just compare this guy again. Yeah, obviously, so it looks like the closer the light is, obviously the brighter it's going to be. That's without doubt. Yeah, you can see we are getting the shadows way closer to the actual. We are losing some color though, and I'm assuming it's because of the white color from the light, which is okay. I can always just fix that. Oh, and the fact that we have specular on. I think there was no specular here. Yeah, so that's what really causes that. This is quite interesting though. Really interesting stuff. Okay, so obviously the further the light is, okay, we aren't getting the shadows we want here, although I will fix that. If I just check, yeah, you'll see interesting stuff. Okay, so we just need this thing to be really high. Okay, we'll scrap the specularity for now. I mean, this thing is right outside, so... really? That's okay. Half its original intensity. Just make it really bright so we can get... Okay. I really don't want to spoil the song by rendering, but anyway, we have to. But don't worry, I'm going to sort out EV and then we can work on it. This isn't good. So even if we just go back and see. Yeah, so the shadow is getting lighter, which... we really need that shadow to be strong. Okay. This is quite interesting. I can't believe this. Interesting. Alrighty. Let's get the freestyle going and check it out. But this is actually behaving the way it should. This is blowing my mind. Because I've been trying this for a while. And now just realizing that it's literally just a point. And that's why it behaves the way it does. That is ridiculous. Truly, that is just, it's exploding my brain, man. Okay. Wow. All right, let's check this out again. Okay, we got 2, so this is without our testing. This was the light inside, outside, and then here. This is the one that we have now. I guess we could always just use another lamp and make it do what we need it to do. Because we need the light to behave a certain way. Wow. And obviously the crappy thing is if you use more than one light, it actually shows. Wow. Okay. So now I wonder what's going to happen if we put our sun back. Okay, let's check this. Oh, it's not on. No shadow. And I'm not sure if it's... Okay, let's see. This is actually quite good. I'm actually quite surprised at this. Interesting stuff. We need to move it just a little bit so that this behaves the way it needs to. But for the most part, I think it's doing what it's supposed to. And that's good, right? So really, the trick is really just using point lamps. Really. Like, never mind the sun. Like, point lamps because you have ultimate control over that. Now, the sun does get rid of some of those shadows. And it's really just because the sun's really bright. Again, prep for lag, boys. In fact, we might not need this much brightness from the sun, to be honest. I might need to fix some of this. And actually, you know what? We can actually put those shadows in through the compositor. So we take the shadows that get rendered from that point light, put it into the compositor, and then render that on top. Instead of the way it's doing it now. Yeah, I believe this number is probably too bright. Huh. Probably. We definitely need some more specularity going on these desks, to be honest. But in terms of brightness, I feel... Actually, I think it's okay. Maybe just a little less. And we'll get those shadows back in. Don't worry about that. Huh. This is actually quite interesting. So this actually fixes a bunch of the shadows that show up. We just need to get the shadows in there. Huh. And we need to just position this light in the right damn place. Huh. Interesting stuff. Okay. So this was our original. Before we even... So you see, it's not a huge difference. We can tell that the sun is way brighter than it should be. Yeah, definitely. I'll just hit this to 4. And okay, we're making progress now. I mean, I know it's a lot of work, but yeah, I don't have too much experience with rendering in this style, so it's really whatever we can work with. Okay. Alrighty. I'm actually quite surprised at this. Now we just need to get this to behave in such a way that it casts the shadows that we want. I'm not sure how effective that's gonna be, in all honesty. But yeah, guys, I'm actually gonna start rendering. I mean, not rendering. I'm gonna start modeling some other stuff as well, because I'm actually working on a game with some peeps. So, guys, be on the lookout for me modeling some of the assets and stuff. That's gonna be pretty cool stuff to watch. Okay, so for now we're using the sun, but I'm thinking that our answer might actually be a whole lot of point lamps. See, here is where it's ideal. So if we look at this, that's quite ideal. Like, it's shining against the wall here, and it's making the shadows cast a certain amount of shadow, you know. So let's actually go a little bit. So once that shadow starts lighting up just a tiny bit. Okay, let's check this out. Yeah, and okay, you can see the shadows are a bit darker now because we've lowered the basically the power of the sun lamp, which will fix. It's okay. We just need to make that lamp on top a little stronger. We'll get the shadows that we want. Alrighty. I think we might actually end at this render, but what I am going to do is I'm gonna get a test build that has EV so that we can use the graphics card so we don't actually have this problem with the choppiness because of rendering. This is actually quite surprising. I just need to move that light in a position where this line becomes pretty thin, and then we're good. We're actually getting some light there, which I'm not sure if it should be the opposite way, in all honesty. Doesn't seem to be that way. This is interesting stuff. It's looking more and more like anime the more I look at it. Okay, so this was 8. Yeah, here we go. It's a lot better now. Yeah. Yeah, we definitely got the shadows there though. And that's because of the sun lamp. The way the sun lamp behaves when you aren't calculating ray shadows is it does this. It really lights a lot up. This is interesting though. Let's see. shadow is definitely a bit darker, but we'll fix this because we actually got a shadow now. I'm assuming, where's our light? There we go. The further away we put it, we'll push it this way. Is that the answer? Huh. I'm not sure. Wait, let me use my brains for this one. Okay, further away, closer. No, okay, so further away. Put it around here somewhere. Okay. Alright, last render, and that will mark 2 hours, and that will be it for me. Let's go to 7 is an important one. 6. I guess we could start here on 1. Again, prep for lag. I mean, it's getting there. Really, in all honesty, it's getting there a little at a time. Really, yeah, you see it move just a tiny bit, so that's also okay. These shadows are also fine. This is actually quite good. It's this that we need to fix. Alright, wait for this freestyle. It's getting there. We're definitely starting to make more progress, which is important. Because once I'm done here and I know exactly how this needs to behave, everything else is pretty easy. So we need to actually be able to identify what the things are that we need to get things to behave a certain way. Either way, I think that's about it. This is looking good. It's getting there. I'm gonna experiment a little more off stream, but I'll save it here, and if I find anything, well, obviously I'll bring it with me to the next stream. And yeah, I'm gonna be playing games in a bit, so probably on YouTube first, and I'll decide on Twitch. But anyway, thanks so much for watching. Thanks, my buddy Keegs from my country. It's amazing to meet the South African finally. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll see you guys in a bit. When I'm back playing some games. Anyway, enjoy yourselves. Make sure you guys keep practicing and stuff. If you guys like my stuff, make sure you guys follow. Check out my Discord, my social media. If you guys want to support my stream, make sure you check out the Humble Partner link. I generally post any specials that Humble Bundle has on my social media and stuff, so make sure you guys are on that. Anyway, that is it. I will see you guys a little later. Not too much later, in a couple hours. An hour or two. An hour and a half, maybe. But yeah, that's that. Peace.